it's Tammy with TL Craft and Designs. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet with clear pony beads in the round. We're going to slip stitch 3 this time. In my last tutorial I showed you how to slip stitch 4 pony beads in the round. We did this using regular yarn. And today we're going to use clear pony beads. I've got a darker background so you can see the clear beads. And we're going to use a variegated yarn. And variegated just means multicolors. And then it's going to create this really interesting pattern that you can see. Here's one that I finished. This one is 3 in the round, where before it was 4. I don't know if you can see the size difference, but there's a difference. Okay, so this project's going to go pretty fast. And you can use, there's lots of different variegated colors, but these are too dark to show on this background. I really wanted to use this one, but it's too dark. So we're going to do this one again. And, I've already got one. I'll do a second one for you. So let's get started. Stringing the beads goes faster when you're using the same color because you don't have to do a pattern of any sort. The yarn's going to do that for you. I don't have to count the number of beads that I'm using. The way I decide how many beads to use is I will measure my arm. I have it right here, a piece of yarn. I'll take it from my fingertip, hold it in my fingertips and pull it all the way up to my shoulder. And basically that's how many beads you need strung on the yarn in order to create a bracelet. You'll need about 3 times that amount if you want to do a necklace, depending on how long you want the necklace to be. Let's see how close I am. So I'm just going to hold my beads there, pull it up to my shoulder, and yep, I've got enough beads for myself to make this bracelet. Okay, and here's the finished product again. Just slides on. These have some give, some stretch because of the crochet stitches. I like to take these with me when I go to my friend's house if they're having parties. I can keep track of my water bottle just by I call it my bottle bling. Then I know which one's mine. If I set it down somewhere, I don't have to remember, oh, where did I leave it? Because eventually I'll find that. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to start with just doing the slip knot. So, basic slip knot. And then we're going to chain 3. This one's going to be 3 in the round. Okay, I'm going to go into the first chain in the back. A little tricky. There we go. I'm going to slide the bead down. Pick up that yarn and then just slip it through both of those loops that were on the hook. There's my next chain. I'm going to go into that. Slide the bead down. Pick up the yarn and just slide it through both loops that were left on the hook. And there's my last one right there. A little tricky to get to the last one. There we go. Slide the bead down, pick up the yarn, and just slip it through. Okay, so there we've got just 3 beads this time, working in the round. Now I'm going to go under this bead, and I'm going to make sure the bead is to the right of my hook. I'm going to slide this bead down, pick up the yarn, and just pull it through both loops. There's the next one. Slide it to the right, slide the bead down, pull through both loops. There's my third one. Slide the hook under the bead, slide the bead down, pick up the yarn, and slide through both loops. So you can see I have 2 beads. Now I have 6 beads total, but each bead of 3, there's a bead right on top of each bead. So I've completed 2 rounds. Like I said, this project goes pretty fast. It's nice to do just the 3 in a round because it'll go fast that way, but plus you can, oops. Okay, did you see what I did there? That was a mistake. So there's my 3 beads. That's why using the same color can be more difficult than when we did 4 colors before in my last tutorial. When you use the different colors, it's easy to tell if you're making a mistake, and sometimes you really got to pay attention when you're using the same color bead because it's really easy to make a mistake. So 1, 2, 3. So under the bead, slide the bead to the right, slide the bead down, pick up your yarn and slide through both loops. And there's my 3 beads that are turned this direction. Once you slide under the bead and the bead sits this way, it helps you know which ones you're supposed to be going into or going under, which bead you need to go under. And what I was starting to say was by using the 3 colors, you can see more of the yarn. And with the variegated yarn, you want to see the pattern, the different colors that it makes. So when you use 4 beads, you're not going to see quite as much yarn. It kind of covers more yarn than 3 beads will. Insert the hook under the bead, slide the bead to the right, slide the next bead down on top of that bead, pick up the yarn and pull through both loops. Insert the hook under the bead, slide the bead down, pick up the yarn and slide through both loops. Insert the hook under the bead, slide the bead to the right, slide the next bead down, pick up your yarn, pull through both loops. Insert the hook under the bead, slide it to the right. Give myself a little more room to work with here. Slide the bead down, pull through both loops. Insert the hook under the bead, slide it to the right, Slide the bead down, pick up the yarn, pull through both loops. Under, slide down, pull through both loops. Under the bead, to the right. Slide the bead down, pull through both loops. So I'm just going to keep going like this, and when I get to the end I will show you how we're going to fasten it off to make the bracelet. I hope you like the projects that I'm showing you so far. I can't wait to show you some of the other projects with the smaller beads. If you do like these projects, please like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, we're just about finished here. I'm going to do these last 3 beads, and then we'll tie it off. Insert the hook under the bead, bead to the right, slide down the bead, pull through both loops. Okay. We're going to fasten those together. Just going to lay those beads down. So that was the final stitch, kind of like we did the foundation row. It just turns these beads all on their side. Okay, and then we're just going to leave enough that we can feed through the end, because we're going to have to take our yarn needle and stitch these into each other. I'm going to feed this yarn into this one and this yarn into this one. So as you can see, I'm just feeding the yarn back and forth between the 2 ends to make sure they get good and fastened. Oops, that went through a bead. That's okay. I'm going to leave a little end right there so I can really knot it and make it secure. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. Get in there. Just have to be determined when you're threading a yarn needle, or have a piece of tape and do the tape trick, which I don't usually do. Go back one more time. And that should be pretty secure. Now I have these two threads right here pretty close to each other. I'm going to tie a really secure knot here. And now I'm just going to feed those back in. I have to rethread that. Okay. And then I can just clip that one off. And I'll thread this one into the other side just a little bit more. And there we go. And it just rolls right on your wrist. There, I have cufflinks, or cuffs, 2 of them. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, please hit like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be bringing you more future tutorials with crocheting beads in the future. We'll do some smaller beads. We'll probably start with this size next, the E beads. This was the size I actually learned on. And if you're pretty good at crocheting already, jump into doing this project with this size beads. And we'll do this one next. Okay? Thank you, and like and subscribe. Thank you so much.